Hello everyone, Ember here, and welcome back to a new video. In this one, we have a new set reveal to take a look at here, which is going to be Ninja Spinner, which has been revealed for March. So this is going to be a Japanese set, releasing on March 13th. It is Japan's fourth mega set, it would seem, with M4 as a name, which is kind of surprising. It doesn't feel like we've had that many megas at all, I guess, but yeah. It's also going to be quite a small set, 83 cards, and 35 to 40 secret rares for a rough total of around 120 cards. So yeah, not too big, I guess. But yeah, we first discovered the trademarks 8 months ago, which yeah, it's been a while, basically waiting for this stuff to be revealed. But at the same time, like a lot of this stuff has actually been leaked already online, so chances are you've probably already seen the leaks, like at least for Mega Greninja. But if not for Greninja, then Dragon Age and Mega Floetta were also like leaked not that long ago. So yeah, these have been leaked. Just as a FYI, I won't cover these in the video like the leaked cards or anything, but you can find them online if you want to. Mega Floetta, just to summarize, not very good. Don't think this is a very good card. Mega Dragon Age, I think, has a bit more potential, but again, nothing like too crazy. I think Mega Greninja is by far the best Mega in the set, at least revealed so far. But yeah, we will get the new cards from Ninja Spinner in our English set Chaos Rising, which releases on May 22nd. No product information or anything has been revealed just yet, but pre orders should open in early March, a few weeks before Perfect Order's March 27th release. So, yeah, before Perfect Order gets released in March, we'll see like stuff revealed for Chaos Rising, which is kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, something to bear in mind for the far, far future because, of course, we don't even have Perfect Order yet. So, one set at a time, I guess we could say. But first up for the card reveals, we have a new Chestnut line, which is always fun to see. Chestnut is Pokemon that doesn't get a lot of representation in the TCG. We've got a new Quilladin card, which is the first in a long time. I think the last Quilladin was from like the XY era, if I'm not mistaken. So, pretty cool to see a new Quilladin. Sadly, it's not that impressive, I guess, but it's nice that we have one at the very least. But yeah, 70 HP chest spin's always cool, of course, because of Poffin, but yeah, something to bear in mind as always. We do have a new Chestnut, which is like a spiritual reprint of the older Chestnut. Has the ability Needle Armor once more, which says as long as this Pokemon is in play, whenever it takes damage from an attack, put 3 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon for each Grass Energy attaches Pokemon. So we do see a little bit of the power creep coming to play here because traditionally this probably would have just been 3 damage counters when it was attacked, but now it's 3 damage counters for each Grass Energy attached to Chestnut, which is nice. And then Impound does 160 for 2 Grass and a Colossus, which is not very impressive. But during your opponent's next turn, the defending Pokemon can't retreat, which is kind of like it's an interesting attack, right? Because like 160 plus, say, plus 9 damage counters if you have the 3 Grass Energy, like that's cool and everything. But at the same time, like if you're trying to retreat lock a Pokemon, you probably don't want to KO them. So like 160 is a lot of damage at the same time, but it does give you a win condition, I guess. It's just that I would rather put a Grass Energy on Maractus and let Maractus do the work for me. But yeah, I think Maractus is just slightly better than this. But as like a single prize budget deck, maybe there is something here because of course we do have Meganium. Now I'm not sure how Meganium's ability would work with this ability, but I'm assuming if you have, say, 3 Grass Energy on Chestnut with a Meganium in play, that counts as 6 Grass Energy, and therefore it will be 6 lots of 3 damage counters. I hope it counts that way. If it does, then that's really cool, and you could create some really funny decks with that. But if not, then you're a bit more limited, basically, in what you can do with this. But you could still do like a Meganium, Chestnut, Lush Forest, budget deck sort of thing. So that could be fun to try out at the very least. So yeah, I would be up for giving that a go. Then we have a new Fennekin line with a Call for Family, which is always appreciated. A Colorless Energy, no less. So 70 HP, basically like the perfect basic. That's great. We've got new Breaks in. Sadly, not as good as the one from Silver Tempest, but still like okay, I guess. Some nice artwork as usual. I've got a new Delphox, which I'm excited for. Like single price Delphox, always worth looking at, I'd always say. But yeah, this one is like a hybrid reprint, I guess you could say, of 2 different older cards of Delphox, which is nice. Has the ability Flare Magic, says once in your turn you may discard a basic Foundry card from your hand, and you get to draw cards until you have 7 in your hand. So a very nice ability to have on a stage 2 Pokemon. It's just a very nice ability to have in a deck like this because it's probably going to be a single prize budget deck anyway. So like the fact that you have a built-in draw engine is really nice to have. Like 2 Pharange is kind of expensive, just in the sense that we don't actually have like good ways of accelerating one copy of energy. Like, yeah, you can Crispin, but Crispin's a bit weird. Like, you don't necessarily want to play Monkey Dory with this because you're so fragile. So I think the energy cost on the attack is a bit annoying. But if you're able to pay for the 2 Pharange, then Energy Storm will do 30 damage for each energy attached to all Pokemon in play, which is like the Fates Collide Delphox, I want to say. It's like a reprint of that, which is cool. So yeah, very cool attack, very cool ability. It's just like, how are you getting the energy on here? Like maybe we get like a Raihan reprint or a single prize way of ramping Pharange, but either way, it's a cool card. I'd definitely like to give this one a go, at least in some capacity. But yeah, as for the attack cost is kind of worrying. But aside from that, it's a very cool card. Would definitely like to try it out. Then we've got a Froakie with a collect, draw a single card. But 70 HP is still good. We have new Frogadier. Doesn't have water triplets, so not quite XY Frogadier levels, but search your deck for 3 Pokemon, put them into your hand. You could have worse attacks, I guess, on stage 1. Then we get to the main appeal, which is the Mega Greninja. Now, this was leaked, so you've probably seen this already, but I do think this card is pretty broken. 350 HP, so quite a lot to begin with. But the ability Mortal Shuriken, which is a really cool name, once in your turn, if this Pokemon is in the active spot, you may discard a basic Water Energy from your hand, and then you get to place 6 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. And if you've been playing this game for at least a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, or longer, you will know that damage counters are very annoying. And Monkey Dory is a thing. Dusknoir is a thing. Frostlass is a very annoying card. So yeah, already plenty of options there. Like Frostlass and Monkey Dory should be more than enough to get this running. But like Dusknoir could be a valuable option as well. You just like shrink your opponent's board state and then you get to use combat cards through that. So yeah, I do think Dusknoir will be a very good partner for this. And then Ninja Spinner for 2 Water Energy does 120 damage, and then you may put a Water Energy from this Pokemon into your hand and do 80 more. So you can just do 200 and then or like 260 if you want Mortal Shuriken. But assuming you've got some Frostlass ticks in there or Monkey Dory, you can easily get up to 300 or even 330 or higher. So it's a very, very scary card. It's a very, very scary card. I think it's a very good card as well. So yeah, I definitely think Mega Greninja will be a very good deck post rotation. So I'll be very surprised if this doesn't end up being one of the best decks. It just seems very efficient. The attack is great. The ability is great. It's got a lot of HP. Retreat cost of 1. The weakness is like whatever, I guess, because I don't think Pikachu is super, super strong. Like maybe Pikachu Joltik could climb back up in the ranks, but I think Mega Greninja is just a very, very strong card overall. So yeah, good card. Then we see a very powerful item actually in the form of Big Catch Net. Shuffle up to 3 water Pokemon and up to 3 basic water energy cards from your discard pile into your deck. Very potent for an item. It's basically just Super Robot on steroids. So that's cool. Like good for recycling your Greninjas and, your water energy. It won't help you if you have like other Pokemon that get discarded, but still very useful because it just means you can very easily recycle water energy that you use for your ability. And it does also mean you can like pay the retreat cost and, you're not discarding energy with this attack, but you might just want to retreat anyway and stuff at some point in the game. So having Big Catch Net is definitely a massive improvement over Night Stretcher, I would say. So yeah, that's cool to see. Then we have AZ's Tranquility, another card that was leaked, I believe. Switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. If you moved a Pokemon into your bench in this way, heal 80 damage from that Pokemon. So a very impressive supporter when combined with Mega Greninja because effectively it just means you get to heal 80, you can just run into something else and potentially also use another Mortal Shuriken because this is limited to just the active spot. So even if you were to get 2 of these in play, you can't just like spam them without retreating them. So having something like AZ's Tranquility means you can heal chip damage while also, setting up another Mortal Shuriken play. And then if you heal 80, all of a sudden that can become, like 110 if you get Monkey Dory involved. So yeah, I think this is a pretty solid supporter. Then we also have Bubble Water Energy. While this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides water energy, but it can't have any special conditions, and existing special conditions are not removed, worth noting, but still. Can't be affected by anything, which is nice, because Dragalage does inflict poison, the Mega Dragalage. But yeah, we'll probably see that revealed sooner rather than later anyhow, so I don't feel bad about spoiling it, but Some fun card reveals overall. I like the look of the single prize ones. I think Chestnut could be quite fun. I think Delphox is like decent, especially if we get some good energy acceleration. But yeah, that Mega Greninja, this is not going to be fun to play against. I think it'll be a fun deck to play, don't get me wrong, but I do think this deck will be very annoying to deal with. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. Do you think these cards are any good? And yeah, thank you for watching.